A Soviet Red Army soldier unexpectedly came face to face with a German Tiger tank, but instead of turning around and fleeing, he floored the gas pedal and charged straight at the tank. Just as he was about to crash into it, he yanked the steering wheel, did a tailspin, and actually ended up behind the tank. The German tank quickly spun in place and its main gun immediately locked onto the truck. But at that moment, the Red Army soldier began silently counting to 5. Immediately after, he yanked the steering wheel again, skillfully dodging the first shell. In the next moment, he took advantage of the 5-second delay, while the tank reloaded to evade the second shot. Unexpectedly, when the third 5 seconds passed, the German tank still didn't fire. He instantly realized that the enemy had changed tactics. In the next second, he made a sharp turn and slammed on the brakes, actually anticipating the German commander's prediction. He perfectly dodged the third shell and disappeared from the tank's line of sight. Just like that, he delivered the supplies to the front line without a scratch. But before he could even catch his breath, he received a near-suicidal mission to use the army's only surviving T-34 tank to hold off an entire German armored unit in a village. His mission was basically a one-way trip. The next day, the German commander led his troops into the village, but he felt that it was far too quiet here. He keenly sensed a hint of danger. He immediately ordered his troops to stop and carefully scouted the area with binoculars. It turned out that, in order to lure the enemy in, the Soviets had actually set up several fake wooden anti-tank guns, deliberately letting the Germans spot them. As expected, 2 German tanks immediately charged forward and destroyed those fake targets in an instant. But the T-34, hidden in a haystack, was waiting precisely for this moment. He immediately fired an armor-piercing shell, decisively taking out both tanks in an instant. However, by doing so, the T-34 also revealed its own position. The commander immediately ordered his troops to surround it, and the German tanks opened fire at once. Unexpectedly, the shell merely grazed the sloped armor of the T-34, allowing it to narrowly escape disaster. In the next second, the T-34 plunged straight into a bomb. But then, the Germans boldly began indiscriminate mortar attacks on the village. Soon after, infantry and tanks advanced together, using tanks to ram through houses one by one, launching a sweeping search. Amidst this chaos, the T-34 unexpectedly opened fire again. It took out another German tank, and only then did the German commander pinpoint its location, immediately ordering the use of flamethrowers and grenades against it. Facing the frenzied assault, the T-34 had no choice but to charge out of the barn, only to be hit directly by a shell. Fortunately, the sloped side armor of the T-34 once again proved its worth. The shell got stuck right in the armor. The man quickly turned and hid behind another barn, but by then, 2 German tanks had already flanked him, and a shell struck the T-34 squarely. The Red Army machine gunner was killed on the spot, but the tank was still able to fight. Seeing this, the man immediately pulled the T-34 back. At this moment, the German forces had already taken aim at his observation port. In the nick of time, the Soviet infantryman suddenly threw a grenade, directly blowing up the barrel of the German tank. Now, there was only one last German tank left on the battlefield. After another round of exchanges between the two sides, the Red Army tank unexpectedly stayed put, not moving at all. The German tank seized the opportunity to circle around to the side of the T-34, but the man seemed unaware that the threat of death was closing in. Next, the German commander fired first, and the T-34 loader fell instantly, but the man still maintained an extraordinary calm. Immediately after, both sides fired their final shells at the same time, and the 2 steel behemoths perished together. The man struggled to climb out of the tank, but he didn't expect that the German commander had also climbed out at that moment, and without hesitation, shot him in the back. There has never been any chivalry in war, only the unwavering determination to survive, because only those who survive become legends.